Have you ever felt lost, like you're searching for something more but you're not even sure what it is? This feeling isn't new. In fact, over 2,500 years ago, a prince named Siddhartha Gautama felt the same way. He lived a life of luxury, shielded from all the hardships of the world. But one day he ventured outside his palace walls and saw something that changed him forever. An old man, a sick man, and a corpse. For the first time he understood that suffering, aging, and death are inevitable parts of life. This profound realization ignited a burning question within him. Is there a way to end this suffering? This question set him on a path that would not only transform his own life, but also offer a timeless guide for humanity. He left his palace, his wealth, and his family, not out of neglect but out of a deep love for all beings, to find the ultimate truth. Siddhartha embarked on a grueling spiritual journey. He studied with the wisest teachers of his time and practiced extreme asceticism, believing that by punishing his body, he could free his mind. He fasted until he was nothing but skin and bones, pushed himself to the limits of human endurance, but still, the answer eluded him. He realized that torturing the body was just as pointless as indulging it. Neither extreme brought clarity or peace, so he abandoned these harsh practices and decided to forge his own path. He found a quiet spot under a large Bodhi tree, sat down and made a powerful vow. He would not get up until he had found the truth. For days he sat in deep meditation, confronting all his inner demons, his fears, his desires, and his doubts. He wasn't battling mythical creatures but the illusions of his own mind. And then, as the morning star rose in the sky, it happened. A profound understanding dawned upon him. He saw the nature of reality, the cause of suffering, and the path to its end. In that moment, the prince was gone. He had become the Buddha, which means the awakened one. So what did he discover? At the heart of his teaching are the Four Noble Truths. They're not commandments, but a practical diagnosis of the human condition, like a doctor's consultation. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering, or dukkha. Life inevitably involves dissatisfaction. This isn't a pessimistic view, it's a realistic one. We experience physical pain, emotional pain, and the subtle stress of knowing that everything we enjoy is temporary. The second noble truth identifies the cause of this suffering, craving and attachment. We suffer because we desperately cling to things we want, pleasure, possessions, even ideas, and desperately try to avoid things we don't want. This constant cycle of wanting and not wanting is what fuels our dissatisfaction. But here's the good news. The third noble truth states that there is an end to suffering. It is possible to be free from this endless cycle. And how do we do that? That's the fourth noble truth, the path to end suffering, known as the Noble Eightfold Path. This path is often called the middle way. Remember how the Buddha realized that neither extreme indulgence nor extreme self-denial worked. The middle way is the beautiful balance between these two. It's not about being lukewarm or compromising your values. It's about finding a wise and skillful path through life. It consists of 8 interconnected aspects: right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. It's a complete guide for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. For example, right speech means not just avoiding lies, but speaking kindly and truthfully. Right livelihood means earning a living in a way that doesn't harm others. It's a practical blueprint for living a conscious, wholesome, and fulfilling life, not in a monastery, but right here in our busy modern world. One of the most powerful tools the Buddha taught to walk this path is mindfulness. You hear this word everywhere today, but what does it really mean? At its core, mindfulness is the simple yet profound act of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Think about it. How often are we truly present? We're usually lost in thought, worrying about the future or replaying the past. The Buddha taught that our minds are like wild monkeys, constantly jumping from one branch to another. Mindfulness is the practice of gently training that monkey to be still. It could be as simple as focusing on your breath for a few minutes, truly tasting your food, or listening intently to a friend. By practicing mindfulness, we start to see our thoughts and emotions for what they are, just passing events in the mind. We learn not to get swept away by them. This creates a space, a pause between a feeling and our reaction to it. In that space, we find our freedom. From this place of mindful awareness, another key teaching naturally blossoms: compassion. The Buddha taught that just as we wish to be happy and free from suffering, so does every other living being. When we truly understand this, it becomes impossible to intentionally harm another. This interconnectedness is a central theme. The idea of a separate self, an isolated me against the world, is an illusion. We are all part of a vast, interdependent web of life. Your happiness affects mine, and my actions affect yours. This isn't just a poetic idea, it's a profound truth. Compassion, or karuna, is the active wish to see others free from their suffering. It's empathy in action. It's what motivated the Buddha to teach for 45 years after his enlightenment. He didn't just find peace for himself and disappear. He spent the rest of his life sharing the path so that others could find their own way out of suffering. The ultimate goal of this path, the complete cessation of suffering and the cycle of rebirth, is called nirvana. This word is often misunderstood in the West as a sort of heavenly paradise, but nirvana literally means to extinguish or to blow out. What is extinguished? The fires of greed, hatred, and ignorance. It's not annihilation of the self, but the extinguishing of the illusion of a separate self. It is the realization of ultimate reality, a state of profound peace, freedom, and unshakable clarity that is beyond words and concepts. It's not a place you go to after you die. It is a state that can be realized right here, right now, in this very life. It is the highest potential of the human mind, a state of pure awareness and boundless compassion, free from all the turmoil and stress that defines our ordinary existence. So how do these ancient teachings apply to our lives today, in a world of smartphones, social media, and constant pressure? They are more relevant than ever. The sources of our modern stress, anxiety about the future, comparison on social media, the feeling of not being enough, are all forms of craving and attachment that the Buddha spoke about. The practice of mindfulness is a powerful antidote to our culture of distraction. The teaching of compassion is a necessary balm for a world that often feels divided and hostile. The Buddha's message isn't about becoming a monk or adopting a new religion. It's a set of practical tools for the mind. It's an invitation to look within, to understand the workings of your own consciousness, and to find a lasting peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. It's a journey of awakening to the incredible potential that lies within each of us. The Buddha simply showed the way. The journey is ours to take. Thank you so much for watching and exploring these profound ideas with me today. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content that explores wisdom for modern life. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these teachings speaks to you the most? Until next time, be well and be present, and be